Hi everyone, Jared here with Day Traders FX. Quick reminder before we get started, for all of those paid members and for not paid members as well, start making your way to the website for the free registration. We're just getting everyone migrated over, so make sure and come and go through the free registration. If you're a paid member, I'll go in there and manually update it to a paid member status. And if you're not a paid member, you can still enjoy some good benefits with the free registration area. So you just click on this free registration button at daytradersfx.com. and it will take you to this page right here. Just scroll down. That obviously is not going to be in there, and you'll be able to see where you can put in all your information. Like I said, if you're a paid member, I will manually upgrade it to a paid status, and if you're not, just enjoy some of the benefits of the free registration. Okay, guys, let's get on with things. It's been just a pretty flat day in the market. We had a little bit of movement, but not much. Most of it happened in the open of the market yesterday and the UK session last night. US was just kind of slow. Not much happened. We see that the Dow is about to close here. It's just a little bit down. It hit about 30 points down today, not too much. S&P is a little bit in the positive, nothing fantastic. Oil has recovered a little bit. It got below 97. It's back up above 98 just barely. So just kind of, like I said, a pretty flat day in the market. No major news today. We do have Australia trade balance coming up in the next several hours, about 6 hours or so. That'll be a bit of a mover, so keep an eye on that. The rest of the news today has been pretty minimal. Coming into tomorrow as well, Tuesday, we have a pretty flat day as far as news goes. Doesn't mean the markets won't move, just means that we may see a little bit of a slower U.S. session. We'll see how things go. We may do another UK session tonight. I'll keep you guys posted on that. But pretty low news for the first day or two of the week so far. Quick look at the dollar index. I always like to keep an eye on this on the on the daily chart. We saw the dollar index dip just a little bit below 79, and it's back nicely above that, headed for 80 once again. Still having a bit of a hard time getting too much direction as the markets kind of continue to just chop around. So that's a little bit of what's going on here. In the UK session, we talked about buying above 130.25, and so most in the group got into this trade, and it's still running. It's just kind of slowly but surely running. It's up a couple of pips, but it was a pretty nice, easy trade, but a pretty slow one as well. We're just looking to kind of trade and close this gap right here. So we're slowly closing that gap. The next thing I'm looking at on this euro dollar is just kind of the daily high. I think this might get interesting if we get a break of 130.65. I think we could potentially be taking this trade up into 130.100. So, just kind of a short-term trade, just maybe 30 pips or so above this 130.65. See if we can get this up into about 130.100. So watch that break of 130.65. Look for about 20 to 30 pips on that movement. Otherwise, we're keeping our eye on this trend line right here, and I think we're going to have ourselves a nice little opportunity to trade if we get this back down below about 130.25. So it's not far off right now. 25 or 30 pips away at current, but if we get it back below this level, we should have a nice opportunity to trade through 130.25, excuse me, and into about hopefully the lows here of 129.50 area, which I think we should be able to get. So keep an eye on that. 130.65 on the top, 130.25 on the bottom. A break either direction. Again, a break up. I'm only looking for 20 to 30 pips profit. A breakdown, we're looking for more like 50 to 75 pips profit. The pound dollar has been a little bit all over the map. It opened up and had a big dip along with everything else, and then it spent the UK session and the US session kind of just trickling its way back. I think the pound dollar gets interesting above 162.00, 162.05, kind of that general area. And I would look for a little bit of a short-term buying opportunity into some of this resistance up here around 162.35, 162.50-ish area, kind of in that general where some of these highs are. So I'll be looking for that. A break above 162.05 should give us, anywhere from 25 to 40 pips of a run up. Otherwise, I'm keeping an eye on this 161.50-60 area. If the pound dollar gets back below this, then I think we've got ourselves a nice run down. But the pound dollar has been very reluctant to do anything too bearish, and it's had a pretty strong trend so far. You can see that this trend line, as it kind of extends out, the market's been staying away from it for a little bit of time. So we could see some of that retracement back to the trend line. We're going to keep our eye out for that, and likewise we're going to look for it to just get back below 161.50-60 and sell that pair on down. Euro yen still trying to fill the gap here. It's kind of there. It's basically there. We have this kind of little resistance, support resistance level right here that I'm keeping an eye on, and it's just about 104. About 104.40 to 104.45 right in that general area. If we get a break above that, that's going to be significant. That's going to take out the low of Friday, which is a pretty strong resistance. So look for a little move above this 104.45.50 area into potentially about 104.80, and even all the way back up into these highs of 105.25. There could be an 80 pip run in here. Not totally looking for that, looking more for like a 30 to 40 pip run. But again, a break above this 104.45.50 area should run the pair, like I said, about 25 to 50 pips, anywhere in that range. There should be a couple of pips in there though, so keep your eyes on that. And then we're going to look for that to ultimately bounce off some of that resistance and work its way back down. We've also got this trend line to keep an eye on, so we'll watch for a break of that, but I'll update that as we go. Aussie dollar was kind of an interesting one. We had a nice little move on the Aussie dollar last night. We talked about this 101.65 and a buy above that. So as it ran above that, there were some short-term profits there. So most of the people in the group got that trade, and it was good for 25 pips or so. And now it's kind of sitting in this area, and we're looking to see if this 102. 100 to 102.20 resistance is going to actually hold, and now it's kind of turned into support. But we had a high here on the Aussie dollar of just shy of 102.20. Actually, I guess it did just barely tap 102.20, and it's coming down off that. So I'm watching this trend line. I'm watching this pair move, and I think if it gets back below 102.100, we're going to start to see some downward pressure. And hopefully some downside movement. I still think we need to break this little support right here before we have a big green light. So that's going to be right around 101.85. So below 101.85, I think we've got some good pips and some good opportunity to take this back into those lows. There's 60, 70, 80 pips on that, and I think there's a lot of downward potential on this Aussie dollar. Probably not going to look for a big run up on the pair. I think there's enough downward pressure here. It's just kind of recovering from some of that big movement. It is a little bit above that Friday low. You can see right here that as it kind of broke through these levels here, we had kind of a nice little run, and here was our Friday low, and it's kind of broken above that. So that's why this level right here is going to be pretty significant. This 101.85 area should get us kind of back into that downward movement. So I'm going to look for that 101.85 to break and to sell. Like I said, I probably won't look for too many buy opportunities, but I'll let you guys know, and I'll send out some Twitter updates and some screenshots if we do end up doing something there. Gold is still very sideways. It's still bouncing out this big support around 1630.35, so we need to get gold moving one direction or another. There was a nice little trend line break right here, and it's just consolidating. If we can get some upward movement there, we might have some good activity, or downward. Just anything. We just need to get gold moving, and we'll see some good movement residual in the currency pairs as well. So best of luck, guys. I'll see you all in the chat, and I will update levels and trade setups as they come. Thanks, everyone.